Tom Randall.
Speaker, we have now had 253 days of restrictions of one form or another. Days of uncertainty, of mental strain and of hardship. My vote today will affect many. Hardship will continue. The aim of the government is to suppress the spread of coronavirus, and thanks to the work of so many, that is happening. I accept, reluctantly, but I do accept, that while much progress has been made, there is much more to do. These measures are not welcome. Any restriction on everyday life is not welcome, especially at this time of year. Nottinghamshire is set to enter Tier 3 tomorrow, hopefully not for long, but their COVID rates, while thankfully falling, remain high in the over 60s, the most vulnerable group, and the number of COVID patients in hospital beds is also high. Against that background, I understand that further measures are necessary to prevent a deterioration of the situation and to ensure that any future relaxation will be safe and made at a time when levels of the virus are low enough so that restrictions will not have to be reintroduced at a later date. All parts of society are affected by these measures, but if I might focus in the time that I have on an aspect of the hospitality trade that will be affected in Gedling. I know many pubs, like the Robin Hood and Little John in Arnold and the Cross Keys and Burton Joyce, had hoped to reopen in a COVID-secure way in the run-up to Christmas, which is an important time for them, and those in Tier 3 will not be able to do so. George Orwell, in his essay The Moon Under Water, described his ideal pub thus: "If you are asked why you favour a particular public house, it would seem natural to put the beer first, but the thing that appeals most to me is what people call its atmosphere." Man is a social animal. So many have been deprived of social contact this year, and at the heart of our communities are our pubs, which also provide incomes and livelihoods for so many. It would be a tragedy if this virus, which has run through the wet markets of Wuhan, were to destroy the wet pubs of England. It would not be an England in which I would want to live. I know that there are limits to the power of government. There are certainly limits to government spending. I welcome today's announcement, but I trust that government will realise the scope of the problem, what might potentially be lost, and continue to provide support. Orwell said that the perfect pub has the solid, comfortable ugliness of the 19th century. I think we should do all we can to ensure that they survive well into the 21st.